Near an active volcano, molten rocks rolled downhill as people ran for their lives in pure terror.
I got it on video for sure.
On a busy road, a weakened building leaned toward passing bikers before stopping just short of disaster. Panic exploded as an entire bridge collapsed in front of fleeing pedestrians who barely escaped. Inside a structure, electrical systems short-circuited violently, while bystanders recorded the chaos instead of running. While filming himself, a man flinched as an animal lunged dangerously close to his face. Inside a restaurant, part of the ceiling nearly dropped onto a dining table.
Okay.
In an open field, a house collapsed completely as neighbors watched in disbelief from nearby homes.
Ja. Tschüss, Leute.
At a construction site, a bridge failure sent heavy vehicles crashing down as workers rushed to save trapped drivers. On a roadside, a car slipped off its jack and slammed down, while a woman stood frozen in shock. Inside a workshop, a girl struggled with an oversized bolt until it suddenly snapped apart mid-task. During a tight turn, a fire hose burst from a truck and sent people fleeing in every direction. A moving car slammed into a parked truck, crushing its roof and leaving the driver staring in disbelief.
I've never seen this.
In front of spectators, a large board flipped over and crashed to the ground, ending the event instantly.
Oh my God.
On a rural road, a runaway horse pulling a cart bolted toward railway tracks, nearly striking a nearby biker. Inside a lift, a welded gate caused a sudden malfunction that left the man completely confused. On a residential street, a cow tangled in a bicycle panicked wildly as onlookers stood confused. Inside a dining area, a deer burst through the entrance, sending customers running in every direction. A three-wheeled vehicle crashed straight into a building, stunning everyone inside as walls cracked. Terror took over when a man noticed a snake beside him indoors and bolted for safety. Powerful winds tore through a home's front door, scattering objects and leaving the woman inside terrified. On a mountain road, a sudden landslide appeared ahead, but quick thinking allowed the driver to escape. Inside a pipe system, a mouse unexpectedly appeared, triggering instant panic nearby. After panicking on a rooftop, a dog tumbled into a blue drum and sprinted away unharmed. On a quiet street, a buffalo casually climbed onto a house roof, stunning the neighborhood. In front of a crowd, a man repeatedly failed to cage a kitten as it escaped every single attempt. On the street, a child repeatedly failed to grab a dog's leash before finally succeeding at the last second. Near a forest pool, a man rescued a deer from drowning and guided it back to safety. At a factory, items slipped from a lifter and crashed down while workers rushed to avoid injury. Walking out of a building, a girl slammed directly into a glass door and stood frozen in embarrassment. Through teamwork and patience, a group successfully transported a massive glass panel using a lift. While repairing a scooter, it suddenly lurched forward and knocked the man to the ground. Using pure skill, an operator climbed a truck bed with an excavator, proving complete mastery of the machine. Entering a driveway, a pickup lost control and smashed into another car as the owner watched helplessly. Leaving his house on a skateboard, a man lost balance instantly and slammed onto the ground. Strong winds pushed a parked pickup into motion, forcing the owner to chase it down and stop it. During a street U-turn, a driver removed his bumper, completed the turn, reattached it, and drove off calmly. Floodwaters swallowed the land, sending animals running in fear toward any available shelter. Swimming nearby, a man panicked after spotting a massive fish and scrambled onto a boat.
Цепляйся за свою жалкую жизнь, карабкайся.
From the water's surface, a giant fish briefly launched upward before vanishing again below. On a city street, a cyclist slammed into the back of a truck and sat stunned on the ground. At a storefront, a child grabbed an item and fled while the shopkeeper's chase failed completely. Indoors, one child increased treadmill speed while another walked on it, turning play into chaos. With perfect timing, a cyclist bunny-hopped over a cat crossing the street, saving it without stopping. During a delivery, a dog snatched the parcel and proudly carried it inside its home. Bicyclist lost control during a stunt attempt, hitting the ground hard and staring in disbelief at what just happened. Cooking went wrong when a failed wood break sent food flying, leaving the man frustrated and disappointed. Pool jump ended badly as the structure cracked, dropping the man straight into the water. Street stunt backfired when two performers crashed together, triggering laughter from the surrounding crowd. Man slipped from wooden support beside the road, narrowly missing a moving truck in a terrifying near miss. Improvised loading worked perfectly as two people guided a car onto a truck using wooden planks. Worker lost balance on a rooftop edge and fell hard as a woman below screamed in fear. Forklift went out of control inside a factory, damaging the building as workers backed away in shock. Hydraulic lifter dropped off a reversing truck, slamming to the ground as the driver turned pale. Glass door collision caught a man off guard, turning a confident exit into instant embarrassment. Cargo carrier was pushed across railway tracks as traffic paused and onlookers held their breath. Footbridge flipped without warning, dumping 3 people filming themselves straight into the river. River crossing attempt failed when a man slipped on rocks and disappeared into the water. Woman stumbled outside a building and hit the ground as a nearby man rushed toward her. Snake lunged from a doorway, sending a man sprinting away in pure panic. Man grabbed belongings and fled the property wearing a helmet, clearly not taking any chances. Horse was used to haul supplies from a truck, showing old-school transport still getting the job done. bear wandered calmly around a house entrance, creating a tense standoff with the residents inside. Snakes slithered across a home entrance, forcing everyone nearby to keep their distance. Kangaroo charged after vehicles on a jungle road, bouncing toward them with surprising speed. Scooter rider lifted a car just enough to park, stunning everyone watching in the lot. Scooter ended up under a runaway tractor, sending riders chasing it in shock while escaping unharmed. Construction vehicle lost control on a public road, smashing into multiple parked cars. Heavy carrier slipped off a truck bed, crashing down as a nearby worker jumped back. Scooter rider waited patiently for a parking space, only to watch someone else steal it instantly. Crane structure failed at the top and slid forward, forcing construction workers to scatter. Aircraft veered off control on the runway, smashing into parked equipment and vehicles. Woman fell from a ladder while cleaning the ceiling, lying stunned after the sudden drop. Indoor worker slipped and hit the floor, sitting still in shock after the impact. Overhead wires snagged onto a moving truck, tearing down cables and damaging the vehicle. Powerful winds lifted thick dust into the air, wiping visibility from the street in seconds. Child accidentally shattered a television during playtime, staring silently at the damage. Object broke unexpectedly as a man relaxed with his friend, leaving both confused by the sound. Towering tornado rolled over the city, snapping power lines and causing electrical failures.
Anh được rồi. Nếu nào mà vững tốt còn ra đá này.
Massive tornado formed near the roadway, framed by dark clouds and flashing lightning. Violent wind funnel tore through urban areas, ripping structures apart under heavy clouds. Smaller tornado twisted down a city street, tearing through electrical poles. Water spout erupted over the surface, churning waves that battered nearby boats. Hail slammed into the ground at high speed, shattering objects and roofs alike.
Right there! Big time tornado intersect!
Pale funnel clouds spun across an open field beside the road, visible to passing drivers.
We're paralleling it!
Sudden wind vortex formed in front of a crowd, leaving everyone frozen in shock.
That is it! Oh my god! They're coming! Guys are not even gonna lock the door! Oh my god!
Massive explosions sent fire and dark smoke into the sky, shaking the city below. Rear lifter failed on a truck, dropping both cargo and worker to the ground in front of witnesses. Aircraft suddenly loses stability mid-air and slams into the ground, disintegrating within seconds in a tragic aviation moment caught on camera. Raging floodwater tears through an entire area, crushing everything in its path as people stand stunned,